Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back
Hello.
to What's in Your Cupboard. So today, I'm very excited. This is our very first listener submitted labels. And these are labels that, I did ask on my page recently, what are things people would be interested in hearing and learning about or us going over? And a couple people submitted some labels to me. And that was originally kind of like our goal with all of this, is to eventually get to the point where it's listener
I
submitted.
forgot something.
Oh,
Just keep going.
okay. Listener submitted. He forgot something. And that was the goal. So let me do something really fast and get this shared around. So as usual, this is what's in your cupboard. So what's in your cupboard? We decided to do this kind of starting. Well, we've been talking about it for a while, and we decided to start doing it just recently to just kind of bring to light what is in our cupboard. Anyway, if you're jumping in, say hi. Josh will be back in a second. He's grabbing something. But we're going over 2 labels today that were submitted by 2 friends of mine. And they were asking, I would love you to go through the nutrition label on this one. And so there was 2 different things. So we're going to do one today, and then with their pre-made protein drinks. And then tomorrow we're going to do some powdered protein drinks. So the next 2 days are kind of going to be focused on protein drinks and that kind of stuff. They sent the labels to us, and hi, Linda. They sent the labels to us, and so we have pictures of the labels that we're going to be going over, as opposed to us having the physical product in hand. But these were submitted by some ladies. So we're going to go over these, and if there's ever something that you're interested in seeing as well, feel free to message it to me. You can send me a message, you can email me, whatever it is. Or if you have recommendations of something you'd like to see us talk about in the future, we love hearing those. If you're jumping in, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all of that stuff, and leave a comment. The more you're commenting, the more Facebook just shows our content to more people. So
YouTube
and
Instagram.
YouTube. Sorry, I'm used to Facebook, but we're streaming on 3 different platforms right now. We're currently on Facebook in 2 different locations on Facebook. And then we're also on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you're not following us there, go follow us. Follow us at all the places. We're excited for this, and hopefully we can just reach more people and help. Kind of, I guess the goal is just to educate us on what are we consuming, what are the foods that we're eating. This isn't necessarily to bash anybody or throw anything under the bus. It's just interesting to go over the labels and see kind of what we're getting. And then also I love learning about what those ingredients are on the labels. So it's very important for our health and our bodies and all the stuff. So 2 labels today. The first one we're going to go through is Ensure.
We're gonna put these people on blast. No,
Yeah,
we're not gonna put on blast.
We're not going to put Ensure as...
No, we're not putting them on blast. What we're doing is we're actually saying the brand just because, and I'm gonna show it if you can see it. Maybe. There it goes.
Ensure. Cool. So this was actually something. I think this was something. I mean, this product is definitely something that they use them a lot, giving it to people in the hospital a lot, and so. My dad drank this a lot when he was in the hospital.
Doctor recommended brand.
Yes, number 1 doctor recommended brand is this one. So we're going to go over the ingredient list, and then we're also going to talk a little bit about the nutrition label in there, and kind of there will be things that we'll go into all this stuff on this, but this is Ensure. So first ingredient
is water.
That's fine.
Second ingredient, corn syrup.
So as we know, corn syrup is really high in the glycemic load. So it's really sweet. They use it as a cheap sweetener to make things sweet. Add the sugar in there. It's really high glycemic load. It can affect the gut in a negative way because it comes from corn. Corn, they use glyphosate on, which glyphosate is a pesticide. And they use it up until harvest on corn. So anytime we see corn, it's kind of a thing. So that was the second ingredient.
Third ingredient is sugar.
Sugar. So then we have corn syrup. It wasn't high fructose, but it's still really high in that glycemic load. And then the second being sugar. So this is a really high sugar product, being that like the products itself, you have the most to the least amount of ingredient by, I'm saying this wrong, volume. So most ingredient is first, least ingredient is last, and it goes in descending order. So
there you go.
there we go.
All right.
Did it. Naomi, go.
No,
Other room,
no.
please. Other room. Other room, please. Thank you.
Next ingredient, blend of vegetable oils.
Blend of
Canola and corn.
Canola and corn. So vegetable oils are not great for us. They are really high in omega 6s that are very inflammatory. So specifically, what was it? Canola oil, corn oil, again with the corn, going into that corn, but canola oil, corn oil, both really high in those omega 6s that have the high inflammation, causes lots of inflammation. So, okay.
Next ingredient, milk protein concentrate.
Nope. Protein concentrate. That's interesting. And a lot of the time, so it's protein. So there's protein concentrate and there's protein isolate. And protein concentrate is a less processed protein. So when you get a protein isolate, it's highly processed to make it more easily to absorb in your body to utilize. So it absorbs faster. The protein concentrate, it absorbs a little slower. However, the protein concentrate has been known to highly cause a lot of gut issues. If you have, I don't have a lot of lactose, I do now. I have lactose kind of issues now, but back in the day, I didn't used to. And it would really upset, it can cause upset stomach. The concentrate, it's a little bit, it's just a little harsher on the stomach. And it's harder for your body to absorb than like an isolate. Isolate is still not the best way to get a protein. Like if you have to do a protein supplement, if you have to do it, it's fine. But the best way to really get a protein is through, like in the Kostos case, the fermented protein powder, but also an animal protein. A lot of these protein like sources that are in supplements and drinks and in bars, they're just in a form that our bodies like they're not like, hey, yeah, let's just eat, let's just like absorb that processed protein, because the protein is highly processed to get to the smallest form that it can cause, or that it can be put in stuff like this and shelf stable. So it's really, really highly processed and can cause gut problems. So
Linda, is that one of the things it causes for you?
Is that probably because it can cause diarrhea, constipation, gas, bloating, upset stomach. I mean, in some cases it might even cause vomiting. I don't know, because some people get such upset stomachs that it makes them sick. So if you have it's just kind of harsh on the stomach. The body, it's just harder for your body to really absorb protein, supplement form proteins. It's just harder for our body. So.
All right, next ingredient, calcium caseinate.
Calcium caseinate, so that's casein. Casein is another form of protein. It's a slow absorbing one, but I've never heard it as calcium caseinate. Calcium.
Yeah, that's rough, Linda.
Caseinate. So it's a type of protein. Calcium is it's a slow digesting milk protein. Also, that slow digesting milk protein can also cause more gut problems. It can cause more stomach things, even more so than like concentrate or isolate. So it just depends on, but it's slow digesting. It is rich in calcium. Provides muscle support, things like that. Considerations. So lactose intolerance. If you have lactose issues, it's really not the best one to have. It has different drying methods. And it so the other thing too is it's the casein protein has different ways of processing it because it's kind of like chunky a little bit. It's harder to absorb. So into drinks, it's harder. So if it's getting absorbed into drinks, easier to, they probably have to even process it more to absorb it and get it connected to other things. But it causes casein protein tends to be chunkier.
So the calcium, are they adding that in? Is that an added thing?
That's a good question.
Because I know about casein protein,
yeah,
but I've never heard of calcium.
calcium. It's a calcium salt of casein, enhancing calcium absorption and supporting bone health. So
calcium salt of casein. So do they?
Hold on. Often used in supplements. It's a calcium salt of casein. So enhances calcium absorption. Hold on. Let's see. Calcium is I don't even know. What did it just do? There we go.
Okay.
I don't even know what to ask it. Calcium caseinate. Is it
what?
What was your question about it? Like,
is calcium added in?
I think it's just, I know, I've heard.
Or is it, or
it looks like it's just its own thing. Like they extract it and the calcium is connected. So it could be maybe they're just trying to, instead of separating the two, they keep it together to help it absorb. That would be my guess. But it's still a process, so.
calcium caseinate versus casein. Go to that. I want to see.
Protein? Okay. So they are not the same. Calcium caseinate is a form of casein derived from it. Casein is, wait, hold on.
Is the main milk protein.
Is the main milk protein.
Calcium caseinate is casein that has been chemically treated with calcium, making it more soluble and adding calcium content. Okay.
There you go. So it's a calcium, yep. So calcium treated casein, basically, to
Oh.
a pill for your stomach. Oh yeah. So if they're like you're drinking this and then they're like, here's something to counter effect the stomach aches.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm sorry, Linda. That's really hard.
All right.
Okay, so next
ingredient, cocoa powder. Processed with alkali.
Processed with alkali. So that's basically it's just a processed cocoa powder with it's a chemical. It's processed with a chemical, usually, I don't remember what it's.
Don't they call that Dutch cocoa?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's Dutch cocoa. Yes, yeah, it's the Dutch cocoa. So it's processed with a chemical to process.
It's processed. Oh yeah, and it's processed.
Processed. It's a processed cocoa powder with a chemical, and the chemical.
It's processed.
The chemical, the chemical that they use to process that cocoa powder can cause gut problems, also stomach aches and all that stuff. All of that good stuff. That's not good stuff, but stuff.
All right, here we go. This is going to be rough. Short chain fructo oligosaccharides. There we go. Fructo oligosaccharides.
Fructo oligosaccharides.
Short chain.
Short chain. Oh, look at that. There it is. It just said it right there. My phone was listening. Non-digestible carbohydrate fiber from plant like hickory, onions, agave. So
they're putting stuff in your food that's not digestible. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. So they're putting it in, but it's a fiber. They're putting it in there we'll look at the ingredient label a little bit, the other one, but they're putting it in there to say there's fiber in there. So it's basically yay! Oh, good, Linda. Good. Drink that instead. It'll be much better. So the it's fiber. It's like man-made fiber, basically.
All right, next ingredient, soy protein isolate.
Soy protein isolate. Okay, so there's the protein that when you isolate the protein, it's just basically, but again, it's processed. So they took the soy, which we know American grown soy is very pesticided, sprayed, GMOs, all of that stuff. They use the outer bean of the husk and not just the inner bean. In this case,
Hi,
they
Betsy.
might use the inner bean. It's very possible. I don't know. Hard to know for sure, but it is the because it's the isolated form of protein, but it's just highly processed soy protein to put it in a tinier form. So it's potentially could be more absorbed. But again, it's a form of protein our body doesn't really recognize very much. So.
Got that. Now, the rest of these have less than 1%. Vitamins and minerals.
Vitamins and minerals.
Natural and artificial flavor.
Okay, so natural. Wow, they even say so. And natural, and anytime you see natural or artificial flavors, you just have to assume those are chemicals and they're not good for you. They usually cause gut problems. So, because why would you put a natural flavor into something that already has cocoa in it? Shouldn't that be the natural flavor? Artificial flavor, that's just chemicals.
Next, salt.
Salt, okay.
And then monoglycerides.
Monoglycerides, so it's like a fat. Let's look this up.
Monoglycerides.
Glycerides are food additives made from glycerol and fatty acid.
And one fatty acid.
Yes. Used to improve texture, prevent oil separation, and extend shelf life. So it's a preservative. Preservatives are usually not super good for the belly. Monoglycerides, bad for you. They aren't inherently good for you and can be linked to unhealthy processed foods, potentially containing trans fats and other additives that increase risk of heart disease, stroke, and diabetes.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah. They sound really good.
Yeah.
But it's a preservative.
It's a preservative. Next ingredient, soy lecithin.
So soy lecithin, they use that as a filler because if you've ever seen soy lecithin before, it's kind of bulky in its individual form. It's like a bulky, almost looks like little tiny grains of rice. So what they use the soy lecithin for is they process it with the proteins to attach the protein to the soy lecithin so it dissolves easier. So they use that as like for that. So that's there to fill and other things too. Yeah, for sure, Linda. Yeah. It's really high in sugar. It's definitely a high sugar one. So we'll talk a little bit about it once we get over to the nutrition label. I'll break down a little bit that as well. That's why we're going to go over that portion too. But
next ingredient, cellulose gel.
That sounds so icky.
I
would love to eat some gel in my. I mean, cellulose is a fiber. Cellulose gel. Stabilizer, thickener, fat replacer used in foods.
And personal care items.
Personal care items. Is cellulose gel bad for you? Let's go over here. I'm gonna do cellulose gel. I know.
But it said to provide bulk and texture. Bulk meaning they put it in there to make it look like
bigger.
Yeah, make it bigger.
Make it more.
Make it look like you're getting more than you actually are.
Cheaper. So it's cheaper, yeah. Is cellulose gel. Let's do cellulose gel. I keep having issues with this. Side effects. Bloating, gas, cramps, diarrhea, or constipation for cellulose gel. It says it's related to excess fiber intake. But it's, again, a fake fiber. So, like, it's a man-made fiber. It's not, like, coming from natural.
Usually.
Especially when it's, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fiber, but it's
fiber,
in a gel form.
It's not good for your stomach. when your stomach's wrecked.
If your stomach is messed up, it's fiber. They say, oh, eat fiber, but it's like if you have your gut is hurting and inflamed, right? And like drinking this would definitely cause gut inflammation. Adding fiber is like taking a wound and taking sandpaper and rubbing it on the wound. So a lot of the times when you are having gut inflammation, going on a keto diet where you're just consuming low fiber, just meats and fats and stuff, is ideal to help the body fix itself. Like it gives it time to heal from the inside, right? And then later on, you can reintroduce those fibers back in. Betsy, we have it on it's a different, I'm on a different like we're streaming from like a platform that streams in multiple places. So the comments are comments are really, really small because it's streamed in multiple spots. So that's why it's not like I'm live on Facebook, but not on Facebook. Like I'm going live from something connected to Facebook. So it looks different than just going live on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, next thing.
And if you see us, our eyes keep going up or to the side. We have a screen up here and over there.
Yeah.
So we can read the comments, make them bigger because we can't see them on the phone.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Betsy's like, I can't read. It's okay, Betsy. We have it like plastered on a big screen TV so we can read the comments fine. I understand.
Next is L-carnitine.
L-carnitine is I forgot what it is. Do you know anything about it?
It's a amino acid, isn't it?
I thought so. Yeah, it's an amino acid.
Which amino acid? What does it do? Carnitine
is a naturally occurring amino acid derivative that plays a crucial role in energy production by transporting fatty acids into the cell mitochondria to be burned for fuel. So it transports fatty acids. So it helps your body burn fat, basically. Which, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of that they're like, here, let's try to add something in to help alleviate
burn the fats, but also
burn the fats.
Typically, when you get a lot of protein injected in you, consumed in you at once, it makes you lethargic. It kind of makes you tired. So this would be kind of to offset that a little bit. So you're not drinking this and then
energy crashing, taking a nap.
Okay, I can't read this. Carrageenan.
I think we've done this before. Carrageenan.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure we have, but I don't remember what it was in. Carrageenan.
Carrra. Yep, that one.
Carrageenan is a natural thickening, gelling, and stabilizing agent extracted from red seaweed.
Red seaweed.
Used widely in foods like ice cream, yogurt, plants.
Deli meats.
But it's also linked to digestive inflammation, sparking diabetes sparking
debate.
not diabetes, sparking debate over its safety.
It's interesting. It's almost like everything they add upsets your stomach. It's not good for your digestive system.
Yeah, they're like, here, let's add all these things. Let's just.
Okay, so we had the last ingredient is cellulose gum.
Cellulose gum. Any of those gums are thickeners, and they're used as.
So we had the cellulose gel.
No. Cellulose gel. So this has a lot of really high sugar things, high fat things, and then a lot of thickeners in it. And the vitamins and minerals they add in this, it's potassium citrate, magnesium phosphate, ascorbic acid, choline chloride, calcium carbonate, potassium hydroxide. So these are all single man-made vitamins. And when you have single man-made vitamins put into something, they're not linked together. So when you consume food, like an apple, there's vitamins that are all linked together that come from that apple. But when you put them and that helps the absorption of those vitamins. When you put them in man-made, they're not linked together anymore. They're just putting in all these individual vitamins. They're not linked. So those vitamins don't absorb as well as consuming real food. So just something about that.
True.
Yes.
Do you want me to read the rest of them? Dialpha tocopherol acetate, zinc sulfate, ferrous sulfate, niacinamide, calcium pantothenate, thiamine thiamine hydrochloride, pyridoxine hydrochloride, manganese sulfate, riboflavin, copper sulfate, vitamin A palmitate, folic acid, sodium selenate, sodium iodide, phylloquinone, I don't know what that is, sodium molybdate, biotin, vitamin D3, and then vitamin B12.
Okay. So yeah, it's all those vitamins put in there
What is the
inorganically.
Yeah, what is the phylloquinone?
Phyllo, quinone is vitamin K.
Okay.
Vitamin K1. Vitamin K is for blood clotting.
Okay.
Yep.
That's quite a bit.
Yep. That's a lot of, and then
So that was Ensure. If you want to see the nutrition label.
Nutrition labels. So, this is where you have, so the fat and calories. So this is basically a nutritional meal replacement shake. This is basically a one meal. So this has 350 calories, 13 grams of fat, 41 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of protein. The problem with this though is the fats. It's really interesting that these are saying these things and that is saying interesting. Anyway, the fats are the fats are really high. The carbohydrates are really high. Those fats were from omega-3s, 6s, sorry, a lot of omega-6s in there. It does say there's a good amount. I need to look at those things really fast because my brain always forgets the fats at the moment. But the carbohydrates, the sugars are 22 grams. So half of the carbohydrates that are in there are 22 grams of sugar. And those sugars included the regular sugar and that corn sugar, which is really high glycemic load. And so if you're eating something really high in fat and really high in sugar at the same time, the hormones that are released encourage fat storage. So unless you're drinking this is another thing where if you're drinking it and not exercising or moving, it just stores. It really does. So it's so high in those things. And it's interesting that there was so many fibers and things in there. Yeah, there's only 3 grams of fiber.
Mm-hmm.
All those fibers that we read about, there's only 3 grams of fiber. So let me check.
What are you gonna check? The different fats.
Yeah, omega-6. That omega-6, polyunsaturated, 6 grams. Or sorry, 5 grams.
5 grams.
5 grams.
So
5 grams of the polyunsaturated fats.
The fat breakdown is saturated fat 1.5 grams, trans fat 0 grams, polyunsaturated fat 5 grams, and then the monosaturated fat 6 grams.
Yep. So anyway, so there's that. Definitely. And then it has all the different vitamin breakdown down there too, but it just breaks down all the amounts of vitamins that are in there. So it's interesting. I find it interesting that it was the #1 doctor recommended product, right? Like it's really hard to say these things because it's like I don't want to be like, doctors are bad. Like that's not what I'm doing right now. But it's very interesting that this product is, they're saying it's the #1 doctor recommended brand. Yet it has all these really not great things in it for our bodies, right? Like we're in the, we're like, I know they were giving it to my dad and I know that's for him specifically was actually necessary for him because he was so sick. But like it really is something that's like, I could see why they would do it in hospital settings, right? Like if it's somebody really needs calories, it's probably something. I don't know how did they do that when you were in Uganda? Like, do they give that kind of stuff to kids in Uganda?
No, they don't give supplements. They give you food. They say, no, you need to eat this food.
You eat real
And
food.
they
Okay.
tell you, you have to eat.
Yeah.
You have to eat. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to.
Right. No, but I mean, not necessarily you, but like.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
they tell you have to eat.
Oh, to the kids. Okay. Because I was just wondering, because he's worked in, he's done some mission trips in Uganda, and of course there's starving people over there. So you go in and help and feed them and stuff, and like if in that case, like I was like, is that something you would do? But no, it makes sense. Your body needs food if it's starving, right? Instead of fake things that
No, they don't give
body just
like
can't
this.
even handle. So
To give you-
yeah, if there's like something like anorexia, yeah, there's things like that where like if you really need to get calories in and stuff like that, it's necessary. But I feel like for just daily consumption, it just seems
necessary, but also rough because your body's already messed
your
up.
already body's having a hard time.
And
Yeah,
then and like for that specifically, and then you
Yeah.
put in something that is rough on your stomach.
rough on your stomach,
It's
it makes
just-
you feel sick, gives you gut problems, all that stuff. So
And then the question is how much of it's getting absorbed if you're already that.
right, if you're that depleted, 100%, yeah, probably not very much because it's all synthetic vitamins. Like you should be consuming something that actually will keep like your body will be able to use as opposed to a lot of synthetic stuff. So so that was that. Next thing is a mixed protein drink. This one's pretty common. You find this one I think at Costco a lot. At least I used to. It's like a pre-mixed protein drink, and it's, I don't know, did we say what it is? I mean, it was listener submitted. It was the Premier Protein drinks in bottle form, pre-mixed. So here
It
we
tastes
go.
pretty
That they do taste good, right? They do taste pretty good. Okay, so here we go.
good. First ingredient, water.
Water.
Next ingredient, milk protein concentrate.
So that's the protein concentrate was in the last one as well, which again, any supplemental proteins, you really like, I don't know, it really comes down to when it comes to our bodies utilizing supplemental proteins, we really just need to be eating real food. Our bodies, like, that's what our bodies are meant to do, right? So a lot of these supplemental forms of protein are really, they're just damaging on the gut. They really do cause a lot of GI problems. And I know that just from myself and consuming them for a long period of time, it really caused a lot of gut problems for me. So that's my personal experience.
And then next one is calcium caseinate.
Calcium caseinate. So there's the casein protein. So there's three different proteins they talk about a lot. You have the casein protein, which is the very slowest digesting protein, concentrate, which is in the middle, and then isolate, which is the fastest digesting protein. So it's just easier for your body to absorb it and use it. That's also saying that's hypothetically, right? A lot of these proteins our bodies just aren't able to use. You're getting it in, but you're consuming it and then it just goes away. It's just not being absorbed. So next thing.
And then everything else contains less than 1%.
Oh,
High oleic sunflower oil or soybean oil.
is it and/or?
No, it's or.
Or. Oh. Not the and/or.
So they use one or the other, but they don't tell you which one.
They use one or the other, but they don't tell you which one. So it's either soybean oil or the sunflower.
High oleic sunflower.
High oleic. What does that mean? High oleic.
High oleic sunflower oil.
Sunflower oil. Heart healthy cooking oil, rich in monounsaturated fats, oleic acid. Stability, made for high heat cooking. I mean, okay.
Not too bad.
But yeah, so not too bad, but you're still dealing with the soybean oil. Soybean oil, potentially. So soy.
Next, natural and artificial flavors.
Chemicals. I'm just gonna say anytime you see that. Chemicals.
Yeah. Inulin.
Inulin.
Yeah.
Inulin. I think that's a. Oh, I don't remember what it is. Inulin. Do you know what it is?
No.
Inulin. Well, then we'll look at the side effects. Is a prebiotic fiber found in plants like hickory root, garlic, and artichoke. Inulin. I mean, if you think about that, inulin side effects. Yeah, so it's soluble. What's that called? Side effects. It could cause gas and bloating and all that stuff. Gas, bloating, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea are the common side effects. And that's just like a man-made fiber, basically. Inulin. It's a fiber, a soluble fiber.
Great.
A lot of the times, I mean, you could say it's like in this case, it comes from plants, but if it's coming from artichokes and garlic, and I mean, this doesn't taste like artichokes and garlic, so you have to assume that it's man-made and it's just there. It's there for thickening as well as to say there's fiber in this.
Yeah. Next, cellulose gel.
Cellulose gel.
And cellulose gum.
Cellulose gum, more thickeners.
Then salt.
Salt. Mm-hmm.
Then sucralose. Sugar.
I know what sucralose is. So sucralose is Splenda, basically, if you know what Splenda is. Sucralose is it's an artificial sweetener. I used to consume a lot of sucralose, a lot. And for many, like I would say maybe like 10 years where I was consuming a whole bunch of it. And by the end of that 10-year mark, I, by evening time, would be doubled over with stomach pains, and it would destroy my stomach was terrible. And I didn't think it was related to the sweeteners because I'd been consuming them for so long. So I was like, well, this probably isn't that because I haven't changed. Like nothing's changed. I've always drinking that. So it's probably not that. And I just chalked it up to not being that. It's like, no, it's not the sucralose. It's not that. That's not what it is. All the stuff. And then I cut it out because I finally got to the point where I was literally almost like sick. Like I was in the bathroom, almost sick. And one night, and I was miserable and I was tired of feeling like that. And so, and it would be every night. I mean, I would get terrible stomach pains every single night. And I finally just was like, okay, I'm cutting this out and seeing what happens. And within a week, it was gone. So it can cause like.
Yeah, absolutely, Linda.
Sucralose. Didn't we say it is linked to like that?
Yeah.
This says it's not. Oh wait, not sucrose, sucralose. It's like, no, sugar isn't linked to that. I'm like, yes, it is. There's no consistent evidence, it says. However, there is some studies. I think you've mentioned it before. Oh, there we go. Sucralose may damage DNA and increase cancer risk. So, I think you had mentioned it.
I mentioned it because of the damage to the DNA, especially for
DNA,
right?
yeah.
Especially for women, if you're
babies.
Yeah, with baby.
Yeah.
Particularly with babies, you're pregnant or wanting to get pregnant,
right?
And you're damaged DNA. That's just going to harm your progeny.
So it says a new study finds that a common artificial sweetener may damage your DNA, and that's the sucralose. So after learning that, I was like, oh, okay, well, stopping that now. So there's that.
Yeah. Okay, next. Acesulfame. Acesulfame. Potassium.
Oh, weird. How do you spell it?
ACESUL.
Oh, right here. There it is. No calorie artificial sweetener. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's about 200 times sweeter than sugar. Used in diet sodas, baked goods, candies.
Another sweetener. So it went sucralose to another sweetener.
Yeah, so it went from one sweetener to another sweetener. So artificial sweeteners, chemicals. Really, that's what artificial sweeteners are. They're just chemicals.
Yeah.
Like that's it. They're not good for us. They every time they come out with new ones, people are like, "Ooh, a new one. This one's probably better for us than the last one." Usually, no, they're not. They just takes a few years and then they're bad. So really staying away from artificial sweeteners is ideal. I know sometimes it's hard, especially if you like have blood sugar things but really just staying away from, like, also another thing I found when I stopped eating those artificial sweeteners, my cravings went down as well. You don't crave sugar as much. You just don't. I don't eat a lot of sugar, and I don't care if I eat a lot of sugar. It doesn't bother me. I don't eat those artificial sweeteners anymore. It really just drops so much when you stop consuming those things. It kind of tricks your brain a little bit too, because you're giving it something sweet, but there's no calories attached. So it tricks your brain. And I don't know the exact science with that. That's something I'd have to look up and more into, but it makes sense that you're tricking your brain that there's something sweet, but it's no calories. And then it tries to like get you to eat more food. And so that's why you crave more sweets, and it just kind of causes this really negative cycle. In our bodies.
We got a lot to read here.
Holy cow. Okay.
Carrageenan.
That was the thickener, right? That was that seaweed thickener. Was that carrageenan?
Yeah. Seaweed thing. Yeah, you're right.
The seaweed thickener. Yeah.
Oh man, I just lost it.
The belly thing. Belly gut problems.
And then
And
tripotassium phosphate.
That's just like isn't that a tripotassium?
Tripotassium phosphate. The next one is dipotassium phosphate.
Tri and dipotassium phosphate.
3 and 2.
Tri and dipotassium phosphate likely. Ouch. Thank you, phone, for not doing that. There we go. Refer to two distinctly but related chemical salts. Tripotassium phosphate is a strong base used as a buffer emulsifier. Dipotassium phosphate is a weaker base buffer common in biological buffers. Like PBS.
PBS. What's PBS?
I don't know. What is PBS? If I ask that, it'll be like, it is a TV show.
Public broadcasting system.
So it says they work as they're artificial potassium that strong base as a buffer. So potassium is a mineral, so it keeps the pH level kind of. So it's a mineral, man-made mineral.
Next is sodium hexametaphosphate.
Which is vitamin K, right?
Hexametaphosphate.
Where are you at? Oh, you're up there.
Right there.
Sodium. Sodium hexa. Well, I don't know what that means, but it's sodium. It's sodium.
Phosphate.
Hold on.
I don't know what the meta part of it is.
Sodium hexametaphosphate. Water-soluble inorganic salt used as a food additive. Cleaning agent.
Molecular gastronomy. Sequestrant for cheese gels. And even dentrifice. Whitening.
Whitening. So they put some whitening in your protein drink. Some tooth whitening.
Would you? Oh, man. Don't swallow your toothpaste, but eat this. Vitamin and mineral blend.
Vitamin and mineral. Okay. It probably has like a bunch of synthetic vitamins.
Yeah, dialpha tocopherol. Dialpha tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E. Zinc, which is zinc glycemate chelate. Okay. Ferric orthophosphate. Vitamin A palmitate. Niacinamide. Phytonadione. Vitamin K1. Potassium iodide. Oh man, cholesterol, vitamin D3.
All these man-made vitamins here.
Yeah. Hydrochloride, vitamin B6. Riboflavin, which is vitamin B2. Chromium polynoctamate, Okay.
I'm so glad you're reading these and not me.
That was all of the vitamin and mineral blend.
Yeah. So, vitamin mineral. Back to that too. I mean, vitamin mineral blends are, your body can't absorb them as well, so they add extras in there to try to maybe get your body to absorb some of them.
Next ingredient, magnesium phosphate.
Mm-hmm.
And last ingredient, sodium ascorbate. Sodium gum.
Contains milk and soy. So that is what's in there. That's not as bad. I mean, of course, as the other one. That one doesn't have any fats in it. That one's predominantly just the protein. Like, it's just a protein drink, as opposed to the other one was like more of a meal replacement shake. This one has 3 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein from 2 different sources of protein. So
not too bad.
And I say 2 different sources. They're the 2 that one's really slow to absorb, and the other one is they're the 2 that kind of cause the most gut problems. So if you're one that has any sort of lactose issues, this would be one to avoid, because it's definitely going to wreck your gut. I can't consume hardly any of these sorts of things anymore, partly because of the artificial sweeteners, and I don't know, my body just doesn't like that protein powder. It really just, these wreck my gut so much. And it could be related to the way that it's milk. It could be, it could be also related to, there's even some things I've been hearing lately, and I'd have to do more research on this, that they're now, the reason why there's so many issues with lactose intolerance problems, is the milk cows are now producing a different kind of milk than what they used to produce 100 years ago. And so that's why our bodies have such a hard time with protein powder or milk products now, where it didn't used to be as bad of a case a long time ago. The milk cows are producing different types of protein. So
is that because of diet with the
I don't know yet. That's one thing I have to look more. It's either because of diet. It could be potentially because of diet, but it could also be, it really could be because of diet, but it's something related to diet and lifestyle, I think, from all of that. So
certain hormones not being,
hormones, too many hormones being present, different things like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's that.
There's the proteins. Yay! So there was all of our those 2 for today. We are going to do some powders tomorrow. So
pretty crazy. I used to live off of protein powders and protein shakes.
Me too.
That's not an overstatement. That usually was the only thing I ate.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's probably how you could, especially with like military stuff. Like, was it in the military?
It was, post-military.
Oh.
Because I guess I would eat red meat also, just like beef. Yeah, hamburger. That would be pretty much all I would eat.
Yeah. So it's pretty bad on your belly. I mean, you have gut problems, so, well, better now, but I have gut problems. It's fine.
It's fine. I have them too, so it's okay.
Hi, Melody. So yeah, it was the protein drinks. So there we go. There was the 2 different ones for the day, and if you missed the video, we'll have the replay posted so you can catch the replay and hear about all the stuff. Because that was a long one. It was a 40, almost 50-minute live. So
yeah,
long live. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back at noon Pacific time. So catch us tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.